Hi viewers, I'm Cambo Ford from True Crime Island,
And I'm George.
bringing you the craft beer show from Mama's Bar and Restaurant in Victoria St Darlinghurst. We're going to bring you craft beer reviews from Australia and all around the world.
Now, Cam, you like your normal beers. You like to drink your standard kind of beer, your beer chang right there, which is... I like my craft beers. I like the finer beers. I like the hops. I like the malts and all the different flavors and varieties and complexities you get from a craft beer.
So, I'm going to bring you a review from the perspective of your standard beer drinker.
And I'm going to bring you the review as a connoisseur from the different kinds of flavors and profiles that we get from all our beers.
So you reckon, George?
I reckon, yeah.
All right, George, so we got 3 beers today.
We do.
Tell me about them.
All right, we're going to start with the Hop Nation Ground Control.
Yep.
That's a West Coast IPA. Okay, well, next beer is from Range Brewery, which is a straight-up IPA. And then we've got from New England, we've got a chocolate vanilla porter.
All right.
Stout.
So, what are we going to have first?
We're going to start with the Ground Control. I think that's a good starter.
Where's that from, George?
This is from Hop Nation. Lots of good things coming out of Hop Nation. These guys are one of my favourite breweries, Cam. Have you heard of them?
I haven't heard of any
Haven't heard of any of these. No,
Anyway, what sort of beer is it?
So it's a West Coast IPA. So it's a particular style from the West Coast of the US, which is what's been adopted here in Australia.
Yep.
And I got to say, this is a pretty nice beer.
Okay.
And I'm really looking forward to trying it, Cam.
IPA, just for the viewers like me, what's IPA?
Imperial Pale Ale.
Yeah?
Yes. And this is a West Coast style, which is a certain style of IPA.
All right. So the can design looks pretty good.
Looks very nice. It's very common from Hop Nation to have this kind of can design.
Yep.
It's quite common for them. So they go with this kind of design usually on their cans, with this kind of artwork.
Okay.
I really like it. They're a good, solid producer.
So what sort of percentage is it, George?
7%, which
That's pretty
is
strong.
it is pretty strong, but it's pretty common for a craft beer to be around 7%, Cam.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what sort of dollars are we looking per can?
We're looking at $11 for
Jesus Christ.
Actually, sorry, I'd be corrected. $10.50 per can.
$10.50. That's pretty
Thereabouts,
expensive.
approximately, Cam. I mean, you
Better
buy
be
more.
nice.
It is very nice.
All right, George. Time to crack it open.
I'm confident this is going to taste really good. Really looking
You gonna
forward to
pour mine
trying
first?
this. Of course I am,
You're a
Cam.
gentleman.
I am.
You reckon? All right.
There we go.
And pour
You
yourself
get the right
one.
amount of head there.
Yeah, that looks okay for a head. And we always like
Bit of head.
good bit of head.
Yep. There we go.
Oh, yeah. I can
that
see
colour.
through that almost.
Isn't it
It's
nice?
not hazy at all. It's quite nice. Smells all right.
Very typical West Coast style IPA. Not overly strong. Fresh Eclipse hops were harvested from HBA's Buffalo River Farm in Victoria. That's where these hops are from.
You just read that, didn't you?
I did just read that.
Just read
I
that.
did just read that. That's come off the can. I did just read that. But
Yeah.
I've got to give a description for the viewers.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's what they reckon
Buffalo
it says,
River
isn't it?
hops. I got to give it a thumbs up. This is very nice beer, actually.
I must admit, it tastes pretty good. And me being a standard sort of beer drinker, I think this is one that I could drink more than one beer. Some of them not so happy with, but yeah, I could drink more than one on this sort
I
of
quite
thing.
like it, Cam. I think it's a very nice IPA. For you
Yeah,
IPA
it tastes
drinkers
good.
out there, especially people like a West Coast IPA, I think this hits a really nice balance. It's those hops are really what make it, Cam.
All right, so I'm going to give my rating first. As your standard beer drinker, getting into craft beer, I'm actually going to give this 4 stars out of 5 because I think you can actually drink this more than once.
What
do you reckon, George?
I'm going to agree with you, Cam. I'd give it a 4-star as well, actually. That's coming from a very fussy review. As a West Coast reviewer, as a West Coast IPA lover, I'm going to give that a 4-star, which is quite high. It's very, very nice. It's got a nice balance. Those hops are really fresh and just beautiful. So I quite like this. I'd highly recommend this one.
Knock that back. What's the next one, George?
All right, Range Brewery.
What's their brewery like?
Range is they're heavyweight in Brisbane. They're actually producing some really nice beers. Cam, have you heard of Range before?
Look, I
haven't heard of Range either.
Yeah, I've heard of Chang Beer.
They're bringing some really nice beers at the moment. Range. So I'm really impressed with all of their stuff. This is their Essential Services IPA. There's actually three.
Another IPA. Yeah,
another IPA. It's not a West Coast style, so it's slightly different again.
And the can design looks all right. It's blue. It's pretty standard. It's nothing.
That's how
out of this world.
Yeah, a lot of craft beer producers tend to go with their artwork, and Rage, very similar to Hop Nation, they're going with their sort of, canvas covering.
Well, I found that some of them put more effort into the artwork on the can than
the actual beer
That's
itself.
I think.
But no, this one's pretty good.
Don't burn me for it. Comments below anyway. All right. What's the percentage alcohol in this
6.2%.
Oh, that's another strong one, isn't it?
It's not something you want to drink too many and drive with.
Just the kids at school, just take it easy
before
you take a mum's Prius out to drive down the shops.
Should we open it up and try it?
Well, I want to find out how much it's worth.
Okay, $10.50.
$10.50. Another expensive beer, but that's okay as long as it tastes good.
Thereabouts. Obviously, it's an approximate price. It might change where you get, how many you get. So, might be cheaper in Brisbane.
Crack it open, George. See what this one's like. I think I'm going to
still got a bit left from that last one, Cam.
That's fluff. We should have new glasses.
We should have new glasses.
Episode 1?
Yeah, we're not doing it at the moment.
Yeah. You don't know what we've done to get to episode 1.
No, you don't. There we go.
Well,
what a nice head again.
Well, it's probably because you poured it like a freak. That's okay. But this one's a little bit hazier, so to speak.
All right. There's 3 kinds of hops in this.
Different.
All right, from the brewery. Ooh, very nice. From the brewery, brewed with Strata, Simcoe, and Armadillo hops. It's a light pine aromas backed with a heavy tropical fruit hint on the palate. We have a softly carbonated silky body.
Silky.
The Strata brings out light pine baked with overripe mango, papaya, and dragon fruit flavours. You getting all that, Cam?
I don't know about all the flavours and all that stuff. I'm not that sophisticated. But it is quite a nice beer.
It's a beautiful beer.
I'm amazed because I've had 2 in a row now that I would drink more than 1.
Yeah, it's a beautiful beer. I think it's great.
You're getting all those flavours they
I can't say I can taste all the different hops in there. There's 3 types of hops.
Yeah.
But definitely it's got a nice, beautiful balance. It's a little bit on the fruitier side for an IPA. It's closer to a hazy without being a hazy, if you know what I mean. So
I don't know what you mean.
Well,
that's the thing.
Hazy,
that's why you're the expert.
A hazy's a particular. Hazy has a lot more fruit in it. It's a New England style, so it's a lot different as well. This is more like a traditional IPA, but the fact that they're using those 3 different hops gives it a little bit of that fruitiness, and it's really nice, Cam.
I am going to give 4 stars again.
I'm close to giving a 4.5 for this. I don't know if I should.
Yeah.
I might give a 4.5 for this, and I really do like Range Brewery and what they've been producing lately, and this is a great beer.
That is nice, yeah.
Very nice.
I said it
goes down very easily.
From the person who's just a standard beer drinker, thinking maybe you're getting into craft beer, or is too scared of the tang or the flavours, or the can design, or whatever. But I am giving that 4. So go and try it out. We need to knock these over,
People
George.
who don't drink craft beer, Cam's your man. He recommends it.
All right, George. Now this one. This one is the one we've got in a bottle today. It's like a wine bottle.
It's like a wine bottle, yeah.
Up.
It's all waxed like a wine bottle. I've had to open it. Not recommended to open after you've had quite a few drinks.
Yeah,
it's being a clumsy guy like me as well. I wouldn't open this. I'd be very careful if I did open it.
Yeah, get someone else to do it.
Or get someone else to open it because something's going to happen.
So, let's do it. Crack it open, George. Right. I'm waiting for this one.
So, this is from New England.
Yeah, we've got a brew. What's the brew?
It's a whiskey barrel New Age Imperial Stout. It's got whiskey, vanilla, and chocolate characteristics.
And pretty much standard design of a bottle there.
New England always have their design, which is very similar. They've got their flying sheep. That's what New England do. And
what
it's
sort of percent?
8.9%, which is about normal for a craft beer stout. Cam.
8.9%.
Yeah, not something you want to have a few of and drive.
Yeah, it's the strongest one we've had all day.
Got to finish your dregs in your glass that we're not
How
changing.
much? I'll try. We should have clean glass. Next week we'll have
clean glasses for each beer.
All right, George. So, how much is this bottle of beer going to cost you?
Actually, it's pretty well priced at $12.99, considering it's 8.9%. It's pretty well priced.
This is $2.
Well, Cam, there's
Champion,
no complexity.
It better
in
be
beer.
$8 worth. Well, how much?
All right, $12.99.
$12.99. 8%, but $12.99.
As I mentioned,
Jesus Christ.
mentioned,
can you get that off?
As I mentioned, very hard to get off. My God,
You're finding it hard to get off lately.
I am finding it hard to get. Well, we won't go
I
there.
can already see the bubbles.
All right, let's have a look.
All right, Georgie. Yeah, thank you for pouring mine first. He's a gentleman.
I am a
Sometimes.
gentleman. I am a gentleman.
Oh my God, that is
Look at that.
fucking dark.
Look at that. I don't think you can even drink that much, Cam.
He's old.
No, it's nothing like Tui's old. Nothing like Tui's old.
Wow, that smells like port.
Yeah, beautiful smell there. Whiskey? Are you smelling
Jesus
whiskey?
Christ, you've poured me a lot of this.
I have. I probably poured you too much, Cam. That's all right.
But that's all right, Georgie.
I'll drink what you don't drink.
That's all right. Okay. So, obviously you can't see through it. It's a dark beer. All right.
Yes, I'm getting the whiskey characteristics. I'm not really tasting the vanilla. I am getting the chocolate and the vanilla and the whiskey. Definitely coming through.
I'm getting that shit. I am. But this is your dessert beer, right? So, having a nice dinner.
It's not something you'd have a lot of.
With your Tinder date or something like that.
Your Tinder date or your Bumble date.
It's like you want to impress at the end of the night. Have a bit of a dessert beer. Honestly,
beer.
I wouldn't be drinking this the morning after the night before.
Well, for those of you that do like a nice stout, it's not overly sticky. It's not too thick. It's got a nice texture. The whiskey is not too overpowering. I can taste the chocolate. I'm struggling to get the vanilla out of it, but I think it's there. It's a well-balanced stout, actually. It's I quite like it, Cam.
Actually, I don't find it obnoxious at all. I don't think
it is strong.
Drink it all night from the start of the
No, it's something you end with.
Honestly, I think at the end of the night, or you want to go to sleep, beer. This is quite a nice beer.
It is.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to rate this one at about 3.5 stars, Cam.
Look,
I'm tempted to give it a 4, but I'm strict. I'm very strict and tough with stouts.
As a stout and as a craft beer, I think I'm Mr. 4-man today.
You are. You are the 4-man.
The 4s. And I really, honestly, thought that I was going to rate things a lot different. I thought this beer, honestly, I would rate as a very low rating. But you can actually drink it. But
yes,
I think in the right
very drinkable. Very drinkable. I'm gonna go closer to a 4-star, to be honest. I'm gonna change my rating. I'm now gonna say that's a 4-star as well. So we've pretty much got 4, 4.5, and 4 today.
Yeah. All right, George. So we've had 3 beers today. I need you to tell me which one of these 3 you're taking either to the company party, which may not be a really highly rated beer, but one you're going to take out to somewhere where you want to impress a little bit. Let's give the ratings. 1, 2, 3. Tell me.
I wouldn't take this to too many places unless they're a proper craft beer drinker and they're into stout. The West Coast IPA and the IPA, I think they're both a good seller. I think you could take both of them. I think the IPA is just a hands down. Everyone's going to love it. Everyone's going to think, what was that beer? I really liked it. It was really nice. And you tell them it's a craft beer and they'll tell you that, oh my God, craft beer actually tastes good.
Well, for me, it's easy. 1, 2, 3. These are almost photo finish on these 2.
It's
this
close.
one, it's a totally different beer. We're looking at a brown stout, so that's my dessert beer. That's the
so
one
I'd probably go with the IPA from range as far as just taking it around, but very, very close, very closely followed by the. I mean, I'm tasting that special hop there. I'm really tasting it.
Yeah. So for me, the old ground control, the essential services, of course. And then the whiskey beer I will have as my number 3. So we're here from Mama's Bar and Restaurant in Victoria St Darlinghurst. We've got some good bottle-os around the corner from here.
We
That's where
do.
can
We
get
have
these.
some great bottle-os, and look, you can get these readily available at some of your selected craft beer places.
Yeah, just look them up online.
Look them up online. There are places where you can get these. That you might struggle to in some places, but you might in others too. So
It depends where you live.
it does depend where you live.
Yes.
But
All
these are pretty common, Cam. The New England and the Hop Nation and the Range Brewery, they're
They're
quite
reasonably
common.
easy to get.
Reasonably, yeah, that's why we're trying to choose them today as well. And that's what we're going to try and do every week as well. We don't want to go too far and too advanced into beers that you just can't get. But I might review one or two occasionally, Cam.
That'd be okay.
It might happen.
All right, George. I think you've done all right today.
I think
I've
we've
been
done all
Cambo.
right. I'm George.
And we're the Craft Beer Show. We'll bring you a few more beers next week. Leave your comments below. Good night.
Good night.